This episode of Off The Script is brought to you by WrestleRumble.com. The Summerslam 2015 Pick'em Contest is now open. The Summerslam Pick'em Contest is a point system where the winner will be the contestant with the most points, and you earn points by correctly picking the winners of SummerSlam matches as well as times of the matches this Sunday live on the WWE Network. Top prizes include cash prizes for first, second, and third place, as well as a shirt from 80stees.com. For entry, please go to WrestleRumble.com, fill out the appropriate information, and let's all have some fun this weekend for SummerSlam 2015. Once again, that's WrestleRumble.com. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, back yet again with another edition of WWE Off The Script. This is episode number 79, part number 1, to start your SummerSlam weekend off the right fucking way, man. As always, each and every weekend, we on Off The Script are the number one fucking source for everything WWE right here on YouTube.com. It's going to be a big weekend, guys. I hope you enjoyed what I gave you this week with the WWE 2K15 match simulations. I have a lot coming up for the weekend. I'm going to try and get a NXT review out for TakeOver. I'm going to try and get the top 10 best matches I think that ever happened at SummerSlam sometime this weekend. I know Saturday I am going to be with the man himself, Justin LaBar, in New York City, man. It's going to be a fucking great afternoon. He's coming in from Pittsburgh. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be talking wrestling. We're just going to be relaxing. He's got a lot to do this weekend as well. I hope to have pictures and maybe a few videos up. I'm going to see what's going on, but needless to say, we just all want to relax after a very long week. He's got a party to host in Brooklyn on Sunday right before SummerSlam. I think he is going to SummerSlam, and I believe he's going to Monday Night Raw the following night. So I am going to be in the city on Saturday, so I'm going to try and schedule a few things video-wise for you guys. That's what's going on right now. But if you missed any of my 2K15 match simulations, man, and you want my match-by-match breakdown of each of the top big matches that will be happening at SummerSlam this weekend, please go check that out. I'll leave a playlist down in the description below. You guys can catch up on all that just in case YouTube wanted to fuck you and me and not, push them to your sub boxes. So go check that out. And thank you guys very much for all the love and support, man. It's been a very hectic week. It's been a very busy week. But it's been a week where there's barely been any news, man. WWE is in town for SummerSlam. The WWE superstars are in town now. They're having fun in and around the city. There's not really much news going around going into SummerSlam, so I do have a few pieces of information for you guys, but on today's show, we're going to talk about the 10 matches that will be happening at SummerSlam. We're going to break them down. We're going to talk about them. I'm going to give you my opinion on SummerSlam. It's going to be a good episode, guys, so go grab your cold beverages or hot beverages, whichever you prefer this morning, and let's get into it right now with WWE SummerSlam 2015 preview, predictions, and the full match card, man. There's 10 matches scheduled to take place this Sunday night at SummerSlam. As always, I will have the full review right here on my channel as soon as the show goes off the air. You don't need to go anywhere else except right here with JD, all right? Obviously, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn will be on Saturday night. That's going to be the biggest show in NXT history. I'm going to try and get a review out, but like I said, I will be in the city on Saturday night. I might do something just on the fly, maybe with Justin LaBar, man, but we don't know, all right? But as for SummerSlam, Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York, Lesnar, Undertaker, the main attraction, the main event of this show is Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker, okay? Now, my prediction for this match, and I got big news as far as a spoiler goes for this match tomorrow on Off The Script. It's going to be the top story. Everyone is thinking that this match is going to end in some screwy finish. A lot of people are saying, JD, The Undertaker is a heel. Undertaker's not a heel, guys. I don't think The Undertaker will ever play a full heel again. It's too late in his career. He's very close to retirement. I don't see why WWE would make him a full-fledged heel, man. I don't think that was their intention going into SummerSlam, okay? The Undertaker is probably what you call a tweener or an in-betweener. He's right in the middle, okay? Like Bill Alfonso, again. Call it right down the middle, bro. He's right in the middle of being a heel and babyface. Because obviously when The Undertaker comes out, you know, people want to adore him and cheer him, and he's the fucking Undertaker, man. He's got the best entrance in all of wrestling, period, all right? But Lesnar, obviously they built him up as a babyface as well, so you knew going into this that the WWE wasn't going to backtrack on what they had worked on with Brock Lesnar. They weren't going to make him a heel again simply because he was going one-on-one with The Undertaker at SummerSlam. Now you got a problem that arose. You got The Undertaker, which is a face. And then you got Brock Lesnar. That's a face. So what do? Obviously, The Undertaker was going to get booed on Monday Night Raw because he was in Minnesota. He was in Brock Lesnar's hometown. WWE amped up the last segment of the show as Brock Lesnar's homecoming. So obviously with The Undertaker crashing the party, he was going to be booed. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's a heel or that he's going to be a heel going into New York, man. It's going to be one of those matches where the crowd is going to be split 50-50. 50 is going to be for The Undertaker, 50 is going to be for Brock Lesnar. Undertaker is not going to be a full-fledged heel to end his career, man. I don't believe that at all. All right, but this match, and I've said this many, many times before. I even said it on my 2K15 match simulation. I want this to be the end of this feud. I would not book this match to end in a screwjob finish. I would not have any outside interference for this match whatsoever. I think The Undertaker needs to get the job done. I think the Undertaker needs to finish this once and for all. I don't want, as a wrestling fan, I don't want Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker again at WrestleMania. If The Undertaker does call it quits at WrestleMania, I don't want his match to be the ending with Brock Lesnar. I don't want it to be his last match, period. A lot of people are saying that Kane is going to interfere in this match. A lot of people are saying that Kane is going to help The Undertaker beat Brock Lesnar. And that's what's going to be the top story for Off the Script tomorrow. Kane coming back, and instead of going after Seth Rollins, he's going to go after Brock Lesnar. That would give Brock Lesnar and Kane a few pay-per-view matches together, get that out of the way, and then that will eventually lead to The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar again at WrestleMania. But if that happens, Brock Lesnar most certainly would have to win on Sunday night against The Undertaker, correct? Because if you're going to have Kane interfere, and you're going to have The Undertaker win via Kane interference, why would you go into a third match only for The Undertaker to win once again? I just don't get it. End it now. Get it out of the way now. The Undertaker is worth so much more than a feud with Brock Lesnar that is now happening a year and a half after the initial loss at WrestleMania. Okay? I just don't want to see it happen again. We're lucky we're getting it this time. We're very fortunate we're getting it this time. WWE, I didn't think they had any idea what they wanted to do with SummerSlam. So to build subscriptions and to build viewership for the pay-per-view, they got The Undertaker on the card with Brock Lesnar. That is the biggest selling point of this match. They're billing it as the match too big for WrestleMania. Now, doesn't that mean that if it's the match too big for WrestleMania, that what happened at WrestleMania is pretty much of less significance than what is going to happen here? I don't like that billing at all. I don't like that whole, match too big for WrestleMania. No. Nothing is too big for WrestleMania, man. WrestleMania is the show of shows. You don't go into SummerSlam to build hype saying, this is the match too big for WrestleMania. That's so stupid. It's cheesy. It's silly. It puts a damper and a big middle finger on everything that happened at WrestleMania with the Undertaker streak. Yes, the streak ended at WrestleMania, but nothing is going to be bigger than what happened that night. Nothing. Probably nothing ever in WWE history. That was the biggest shocking moment I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Period. But as far as this match goes, Undertaker should win. Undertaker needs to win. Because my vision for The Undertaker isn't with Brock Lesnar. I don't want him retiring, or I don't want there to be any glimpse or glimmer of hope that The Undertaker retires at WrestleMania and he is going to go one-on-one with Brock Lesnar. Man, he's worth so much more than that. I don't want it to happen. Period. It ends at SummerSlam. I think The Undertaker gets the win. Now, with the way Monday Night Raw ended with The Undertaker chokeslamming Brock Lesnar, I don't know what that means. Usually, that means that Brock Lesnar would go get to SummerSlam and get the win over The Undertaker, being that he was on the receiving end of a fucking massive chokeslam on Monday Night Raw, but I don't know what's going to happen. I think The Undertaker should win on Sunday night. Now, we got the title versus title match. Seth Rollins, WWE Champion, versus John Cena, the United States Champion. This match doesn't have any backstory to it, except for a new t-shirt from Seth Rollins, a knee to the face to John Cena, and a broken nose, which required John Cena to miss a few weeks, come back like Superman, and proclaim that he's going after Seth Rollins and the WWE Championship at SummerSlam on August 23rd in Brooklyn, New York. That's the only thing that built hype for this match, man. Nothing previously between these two individuals has, built up to this match. Nothing. It was nothing but a broken nose and a new t-shirt and some fucking, jabs to to John Cena's ego saying that Seth Rollins broke his nose. That's it. That's all it is. Now, we might not need an extravagant, huge storyline. We may not need, compelling storytelling in WWE to get to this match. But as a fan, as a viewer, someone who cares about the product, and especially its champions, I want some backstory to this, man. Except a fucking broken nose. I don't really feel the need to care as much as I want to for this match, outside of the fact that John Cena potentially could be the WWE Champion again, potentially tie Ric Flair's record. That's what everybody's concerned with, and WWE made light of that on Monday Night Raw. They backtracked, and they corrected their mistake with John Cena's new t-shirt, having John Cena come out on Raw saying, listen, I designed these t-shirts 3 months ago with the idea that the Authority wasn't going to give me another title shot ever. So I designed these t-shirts 3 months ago, and now here I am in a WWE Championship match with the potential to tie Ric Flair's World Championship record at 16. And they made light of that. They brought that up on Monday Night Raw. They mentioned Flair. They mentioned the 16 times. They mentioned the t-shirts. John Cena knows how to sell a fucking match, man. Love him or hate him, John Cena knows how to sell a fucking match. That contract signing was fucking brilliant, okay? It didn't end in the cheesy fashion like we usually see contract signings end. Nobody went through a table. The fucking table wasn't destroyed. There wasn't chairs thrown around. There wasn't a brawl in the ring. They sold the match with two great promos. Seth Rollins is great on the microphone, man. He's come so long, and I see the progression in his character, man. I just wish his championship reign was a little bit stronger than it has been, okay? He's been booked as a cowardly heel. Now Seth Rollins seems to have the balls to stand up to John Cena, which he should have, man. He shouldn't be backing down from John Cena. Listen, he broke his nose. Seth Rollins, as far as I'm concerned, right now is the odds-on favorite for this match. Cena should be the one who is a little bit taken back. Listen, I just had a broken nose with you. I know what you can do. I just had surgery to repair my broken nose. Getting into a match right now is a bit risky. But John Cena, obviously needed to sell this match. He needed to come out and, pretty much put his foot down, saying, listen, I don't give a shit what you do, man. You broke my nose. Maybe I'll break your nose. Maybe I'll break an arm, a leg. But all I know is going into this match, it is going to be an all-out war. That's pretty much what John Cena said. Now, I am going to be watching this match with all eyes on that TV, man. Everybody that I'm going to be watching this with is going to be watching. for the simple fact of John Cena potentially tying Ric Flair's record. Will it happen right now? No. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they take the championship off Seth Rollins. I think this right now goes not only to Night of Champions, but it goes to Hell in a Cell in October, okay? Reason being is because WWE literally has no one on the main roster worthy of a WWE Championship match. They're going to have The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar together at SummerSlam. I don't think Brock Lesnar is immediately going to be thrusted into the WWE Championship picture again, though he has to be because he still has unfinished business with Seth Rollins, okay? How do they transition Brock Lesnar back into that and have it make sense? They pretty much just shoved John Cena into the championship picture because Vince McMahon was worried about Raw ratings. And as far as I see, from what I could see numbers-wise, the ratings really aren't all that better with John Cena in the main event. They aren't all that better with John Cena challenging for the company's top prize. Okay? I don't think that's what the fans want to see. I think the fans want to see what happens on NXT transitioned to Monday Night Raw. Raw is stale. Raw is watered down. Everything that we see on NXT should be happening on Monday Night Raw. Meaning, promos scripted to be more natural. Meaning, more match times. Meaning, less is more. Okay? You filter all this shit from NXT to Monday Night Raw, you would instantly make Monday Night Raw hit each and every Monday. Monday Night Raw, right now, just shoves down our throats to things that we don't want to see. It's too much. It's an overabundance of wrestling on a Monday night. Raw will never be the same. They will never be the same unless things from NXT are transitioned to Monday Night Raw and they go back to 2 hours. It's not going to change overnight because you put John Cena in the main event with Seth Rollins, man. It's not going to change because John Cena and Seth Rollins are going to be battling for the WWE Championship on Monday Night Raw. It's not going to work that way. People don't want to see that. I understand that. My gripe with this is that, it just came out of nowhere. Because WWE doesn't have a long-term plan on what they want to do week to week on television. It's not because the ratings are suffering that John Cena is not there. Nobody wants to see the product in its current state. John Cena is not the problem. He's not the solution. John Cena might be the problem, I should say. But John Cena is not the solution. Okay? You have a lot to work on. But putting John Cena back in the main event is not going to get ratings overnight, man. It might be a small bump, a small increase, but it's not going to overall enhance the product. It's just not going to, man. Title versus title, Seth Rollins. I think John Cena doesn't walk out of Brooklyn with the title. I think Seth Rollins walks out in some screwjob fashion. I expect J&J Security to get involved. I figured Kane might get involved, but I'm hearing rumors that he might get involved in the Brock Lesnar-Undertaker match. I think there's going to be some type of screwjob finish, and I don't think Sheamus is going to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase. I just don't. I don't think it's Sheamus' time. I don't think Sheamus is going to be a WWE champion for long if he does cash it in. I don't think Sheamus is a WWE champion caliber athlete, period. Yes, he's beast. Yes, he's been doing a great job in the role he's been given. But I don't think he is the right guy to challenge for the WWE Championship or even hold the WWE Championship. That's just my opinion on that. I think Seth Rollins walks out in some type of screwjob finish, whether that's a pin and John Cena gets fucked over, or it ends in a DQ or ends in a no contest, something along those lines. All you need to know is that Seth Rollins will walk out of Brooklyn with the WWE Championship. This will transpire over to Night of Champions and then finally finish off in Hell in a Cell because I just see it happening, man. That's prototypical WWE booking. I just see it happening, and that's my prediction on that. Randy Orton versus Sheamus. Again, a feud nobody really cares about. This will be one of those matches that, yeah, it's going to be good. It's a decent match, but it's not going to fucking take your breath away. It's not going to blow everything out of the water. It's going to be a match between two guys who obviously know how to work, who work well together. I think this match is going to have some type of gimmick to it. I think there's going to be a gimmick added on the pre-show because another Randy Orton versus Sheamus, just vanilla match, regular match out there at SummerSlam. Going to be a little bit too boring, man. They need to spice it up just a little bit. I think Orton and Sheamus maybe they get into a street fight. Maybe they book a no DQ. Something, man. Something along those lines. I think a stipulation will be added. But Randy Orton got the win at the last pay-per-view in his hometown in St. Louis. I think Sheamus gets the win in New York City on Sunday night. The Intercontinental Championship triple threat match that was supposed to happen last month didn't. And now we are burdened with it happening on SummerSlam. Ryback, the Intercontinental Champion, versus The Big Show versus The Miz. Please give me a fucking NyQuil and wake me when it's over, bro. I don't care. Ryback is going to win. I don't see The Big Show or The Miz as champions right now. Miz really hasn't done anything spectacular on TV. I don't think the fans really care about him enough to be Intercontinental Champion. I say keep it on Ryback and just do what you want with the IC title, man. You're making me care about it less and less each and every week. Moving on, guys. We got Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper versus Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Now, this match, I really still don't understand how Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt came to having a feud. I just really don't understand it. That's what WWE tends to do with Bray Wyatt, man. He talks all this cryptic bullshit, and then he gets into a feud with a top babyface, and that's it. All right? It's tough to build a feud and a storyline when WWE doesn't clearly say why they're going at it. Now, as a fan of the product, to me, it's not that important here with Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. Simply because you have the history of the Wyatts and the Shield. And if history has anything to say about what these four men have went through in the past, that is all you need. This match is going to be fucking physical. It is going to be brutal. It is going to be something that at the end of the night, I guarantee you I'll come on here Sunday night and tell you, I told you so. It's going to be one of the best matches on the card. Okay? Simply because it's going to be hard-hitting, it's going to be physical, it's going to be an all-out war. Okay? Now, I reported last weekend on Off The Script that Dean Ambrose, rumored to be turning heel on Roman Reigns. I don't think this is best for business. Dean Ambrose is adored by the crowd. People enjoy watching Dean Ambrose. People enjoy being on the side of the lunatic fringe. Roman Reigns, on the other hand, hasn't done anything significant since WrestleMania. WWE had him win the Royal Rumble. They had him go through Daniel Bryan. They had him in a great main event at WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar. And then after that, Roman Reigns pretty much faded away into nothingness on the WWE main roster, man. Hasn't been in anything important. People still don't care about him. People still genuinely don't get a reaction out of Roman Reigns. I don't understand it. WWE pretty much ruined Roman Reigns after WrestleMania by putting him in feuds with Big Show and Kane, and that added to people not fucking caring about him. Mistake. Okay? If anybody needs to turn heel, it's Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has to do something. Something to get a reaction out of the crowd, man. Instead of just people sitting on their hands, just watching what happens in the ring. People need to genuinely come to the fucking arenas and either love him or completely fucking hate him. And I think it's time for Roman Reigns to start his career, okay, as a heel, and then WWE can always build from there and have him erupt as a massive babyface, man. I think it's going to be the thing that kickstarts Roman Reigns into being the number one guy in the company. If that's what WWE's plan is, this might be the only solution, man. It makes no sense to turn Dean Ambrose heel. None. Dean Ambrose is not going to be the top guy in the company, man. Dean Ambrose gets a great reaction as it is. You don't need him to turn heel. I don't understand what WWE is thinking about turning him heel. Okay? But I reported it last weekend. And if it does happen, remember, take everything I say with a grain of salt. If it does happen, you know where you heard it first. Roman Reigns needs to turn heel if this is the idea. Okay? But, again, just like Cena and Seth Rollins, I see this feud continuing on into Night of Champions. There was rumors going around that Sting might be involved, that he might tag with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, and that Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper are going to find a new member of the Wyatt family, being that Eric Rowan is going to be out all year with a torn bicep. I don't know what's going to happen, man. We might not end up seeing anything happen at SummerSlam. But if it does happen and WWE wants to turn one on the other, I think Roman Reigns needs to turn on Dean Ambrose. Okay, that's what I think needs to happen. I think that is what's going to be the best scenario possible for Roman Reigns. Don't turn Ambrose heel. Not going to make any sense. It would be something great to kickstart Roman Reigns' career, to get him as a heel, to get some genuine reaction out of the audience, and then if WWE wants to just fucking have him explode as a babyface, do something that's going to be fucking captivating the audience and just fucking go from there, and his career might be bigger than ever at that point in the future. I think that's what's going to be the best scenario for Roman Reigns. But at the end, I do think Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose get the win at SummerSlam, and if anything is going to happen, it's going to happen after SummerSlam. WWE Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way match. Again, I don't understand it. Number one, SummerSlam is full with fucking multi-man matches, okay? That just speaks laziness to me. That just reeks of laziness on WWE's part. I don't understand why WWE can't give us genuine storylines and a 1v1 and a 1v1 and then a tag team match with 2 guys versus 2 guys, man. There's no reason for the WWE Tag Team Championship to be defended in a Fatal 4-Way when we've seen all 4 of these teams the last 3 weeks on WWE television getting involved with each other. It doesn't make any sense to me, and it devalues the Tag Team Championship, and then it devalues the match that these guys are going to have at SummerSlam. If you wanted the Tag Team Championship to mean anything, okay, I would have had the primetime players sit on the sidelines until SummerSlam. That's it. They've been sitting at the announce desk for weeks now. Why don't you have a fucking tag team tournament to decide the number 1 contenders for the titles, man? You got all the teams that you need. You got a New Day, you got the Los Matadores, you got the Lucha Dragons, you got the Ascension. Why not have a fucking tournament to decide who fights the primetime players at SummerSlam? Why put these guys, it's 2, 4, 6, 8 guys, in SummerSlam and have it just be watered down, have it be nothing but a huge spot fest? I just don't understand it. I hate that SummerSlam is all multi-man matches, or you got the fucking women's match, a fucking 3 versus 3 versus 3. WWE right now had no plan going into SummerSlam. None whatsoever. And this just pisses me off as a fan. I'd rather see the Tag Team Championship defended in genuine fashion with one team, the champion, going against another team, which is the challenger. Simple. But at the end of the day, I'm hoping the Lucha Dragons win the Tag Team Championship. I don't like the primetime players as Tag Team Champions. I don't think they've done anything of significance with the belts at all. I'm not a fan of the team, though they're a quality team. I'm just not a fan of their work. The WWE really hasn't done anything to boast the tag team division with them as champions. I think the tag team division needs new blood, man. Seriously, I think the tag team division needs new blood, and the Lucha Dragons would be the perfect team to do that. Give them the tag team championship. Have them be the Cinderella story, man. Pulling off the upset. And then getting into a feud with the New Day, because I love the New Day's work. I love the way Big E is transgressing. I love Kofi Kingston and what he brings to the table. And then Xavier Woods, man, as the mouthpiece. I just love the act. It's grown on me very, very much. I love their introduction. I love the gospel voice that Big E brings. I just think they're a great act. And I would love to see a New Day versus the Lucha Dragons, man. I think that would be a perfect tag team feud as the sarcastic and cocky heels versus the Lucha Dragons, man. The upsets, the upset story, the Cinderella story, whatever you want to call it. I think that would be a great tag team title feud. Get these other teams out of there, man. Build up the Ascension, why don't you? While you're at it. But a Fatal 4-Way match devalues the fucking titles. It doesn't do anything for this viewer. I'm sure you guys agree with me on that. But the Tag Team Championship will be defended. Primetime players versus the New Day versus Los Matadores versus Lucha Dragons. I think the Lucha Dragons are going to win it. That's my pick. But I would not be surprised to see the New Day also pick up a victory and reclaim the Tag Team Championship at SummerSlam. Neville and Stephen Amell versus Stardust and King Barrett. Wade Barrett is the worst King of the Ring in recent memory. I don't care about Stardust. I don't watch the Green Arrow, and Neville is in a match that I wish he wasn't in, and I wish he was in something a little bit more important. I just don't care, man. Obviously, you guys know who's going to win this. Neville and Stephen Amell versus Stardust and King Barrett. Neville is going to get the victory with Stephen Amell, the Green Arrow. I don't see a D-list movie actor coming into SummerSlam and getting a loss in his only appearance, man. So Neville and Stephen Amell will win this match against Stardust and King Barrett. The Triple Threat Elimination match. Team Bella versus Team Bad versus PCB. Again, multi-women match. It should be great if given the proper time. Listen, man, I really don't have anything to say about the Divas Revolution that I have not already stated. I really wish that they would just cut it out with the Divas Revolution, let these fucking women work. Is it going to be a great match? Yes, with the proper women in the match, given significant time, I think it will be something that we will all enjoy. But I do think that Team Bad gets the victory at SummerSlam in the Triple Threat Elimination match. Again, I don't like all these multi-person matches at SummerSlam. You got a Triple Threat, you got a Fatal 4-Way, you got a Triple Threat Elimination, you got the tag team match with Neville and Amell and Stardust and King Barrett. I don't understand that, man. It just reeks of laziness to me. Let me know how you guys feel about that, but that's just the way I see it, all right? But I do see Team Bad winning that match. Ziggler and Rusev, please, fucking end it. I don't want to see it anymore after this. Have Dolph Ziggler get the victory over Rusev, have them go their separate ways, and give Rusev something a little bit more important so that he can rebuild his credibility and not be so much of a fucking pussy, okay? Ziggler with Lana, get rid of Lana, have Lana go back to Rusev, whatever, man. I don't think they should have been split up to begin with, and I just want these two to go their separate ways. I want this feud to be over. It's been absolutely nauseating on fucking TV to see this feud transgress and progress on TV without Ziggler being there. You got Summer Rae, you got Lana, you got Rusev fucking throwing fish around, fucking bringing out Dog Ziggler, whatever the fuck they had the little chihuahua name, man. It's just so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. Just end it already, man. Ziggler deserves so much better. Rusev was a fucking beast heel a few months ago, back when the fucking Royal Rumble was happening. What happened? What the fuck happened? Rusev is a fucking shell of his former self, man. I don't understand what's going on. He needs to rebuild credibility. WWE needs to really put him in something a little bit more meaningful. Same thing with Dolph Ziggler. But if you want, listen, the way I would book it is have Lana turn on fucking Dolph Ziggler, get back with Rusev, and get the team back together, man. I just don't think Rusev and Lana should have been broken up. Ziggler doesn't need a mouthpiece. Ziggler doesn't need a pretty lady on his side. Just go out there and fucking show me what you got and live up to the moniker of show off, man. That's all I want you to do. I just want this feud to end, put them in something significant, both Rusev and Ziggler. And I do think Dolph Ziggler gets the win because he's been off TV and he's seeking revenge against Rusev. But God help us if this continues on tonight of Champions. And then the one match I think that is going to steal the show, Kevin Owens versus Cesaro, man. It's going to be the one match that is going to fucking blow away all the other 9 matches that I just mentioned. Owens and Cesaro. I do think that Cesaro gets the victory here at SummerSlam. I think it would be great to have Cesaro and Kevin Owens continue this feud and just give us quality wrestling matches. But I do think WWE is going to book Cesaro to win this. But the thing you gotta keep in mind is that Kevin Owens is going to have a fucking hell of a weekend. He's going to be battling Finn Balor for the NXT Championship in a ladder match, which he's probably not going to win. And then you're going to have him go against Cesaro, and I'm predicting him to lose. So you're going to have Kevin Owens lose twice, once on Saturday and once on Sunday. I don't know how WWE is going to handle that. I don't know what WWE has in store for Kevin Owens. I would not be surprised if Kevin Owens wins at SummerSlam, but I think with the way things are going on television and the way they're building up Cesaro and the way they're making him look like a beast, I think Cesaro is going to get the victory in what I think is going to be the match of the night and more than likely be one of the top matches that we will see all this year in 2015. And I think Cesaro is going to win, but I would not be surprised at all if Kevin Owens gets the victory over Cesaro and they continue this feud going on into Monday Night Raw and into Night of Champions, and we get even more wrestling greatness from these two, man. But I do think Cesaro is going to pull off the victory just by what has happened on WWE TV in the past couple of weeks. That is your SummerSlam full match card preview and predictions. Let me know what you guys think about everything down below. And if you missed all of my 2K15 simulation for SummerSlam, the top matches only, I did Rollins and Cena, Orton and Sheamus. I did Wyatt, Harper, Reigns, and Ambrose. I did Kevin Owens and Cesaro, and I did Ziggler and Rusev. I also did Lesnar and The Undertaker, which was the most, I'd say, viewed one of all the simulation matches, man. That was the most popular one out of all of them. But if you missed that, playlist is down below. Let me know what you guys think about that. Hit the thumbs up if you did enjoy it. For part 2, huge news on the ending of Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker at SummerSlam, man. You're not going to want to miss it. I got other news stories as well going into SummerSlam weekend. I got news on The Rock and his status for SummerSlam. Will he be there, or is it just WWE being WWE, man, and just trying to get hype around SummerSlam, promoting The Rock to potentially be there, man? I got news on his status for Sunday night. So don't miss Off The Script tomorrow, part 2 at 11 a.m. If you want t-shirts, dude, Off The Script t-shirts, ProWrestlingTees.com. Remember, WrestleRumble.com as well. Put your knowledge to the test. And as always, like I always say each and every week, we are the number one fucking source right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for Off The Script Part 2. Until then, this is JD, and thank you guys for watching.